Mrs. Walker has just been admitted to hospital. Decide if the following statements are true or false, and circle T for true and F for false. Listen carefully.
So, Mrs. Walker, this is your bed, and as you can see, there are 7 other beds in the ward. Have you got everything you need?
Yes, I think so. I followed the hospital's advice and I've only brought a few belongings with me.
Good. You can see the reasons why we ask you to do that. The cupboard is really very small. And have you arranged for anyone to bring any changes of nightwear and other clean clothes?
Yes, my husband will deal with all that. Can you tell me what the visiting hours are?
Yes, of course. They're in the afternoon from 2:30 to 3:30 and in the evening from 7 to 8. But remember that only 2 people can see you at the same time. Sorry about that, but you can imagine the chaos if we didn't have these rules.
Yes, I suppose so. What other rules are there?
Well, first of all, I should tell you about our hours. We start pretty early. You might not be used to that. We wake you at 6 o'clock and breakfast is at 8 o'clock. Lunch is at noon, there's tea at 3:30 and supper is at 6 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness. That's very different from what I've been used to. Still, I won't be here for long, I hope. You'd better tell me the rest of the rules.
Yes, well, you can see the no smoking sign. We don't allow smoking on the wards under any circumstances. And the same goes for alcohol. I'm sure you understand why. However, if you do need to smoke, there are special lounges where it's allowed.
Oh, I don't smoke, so it doesn't affect me, and I think it's a jolly good rule. Do you smoke, nurse?
No, but I used to. I've just given up, in fact. I haven't had a cigarette for 3 months now.
Well done. Look, I mustn't keep you any longer, but just one more question. Can I make a telephone call? I mean, is there a phone anywhere?
Yes, of course there is. Outside the ward, there's a payphone. You need change for that, of course. Oh, and that reminds me, can you make sure that only one of your relatives or friends phones in each day to find out how you are? The switchboard gets clogged up with callers.
Yes, okay.
I must go and see how the other patients are doing now. You get changed and into bed, and I'll check on you in a while. The radio controls are here with your own headphones if you want to listen. It's our own hospital radio.
Thanks very much. You've been very helpful.
Now look at section 2. Mrs. Walker is listening to the hospital radio. As you listen to the recording, fill in the gap. Now listen carefully and answer questions 9 to 16.
Welcome to Radio Henton, the radio station specially for you. It's 4 o'clock and time for our look at Henton Hospital and its history. And here to tell you about it is Janet Newman. Hello, Janet.
Hello, Mike, and hello, listeners. Yes, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our hospital. To you, maybe it's just 4 white walls and a ceiling, but this hospital has a history going back 3/4 of a century. It was built in 1924 and was designed to sleep 200 patients. The original building is now the Jones Building, named after the architect, Thomas Jones, so those of you listening in wards A to H are in the oldest part of the building. The physiotherapy department is also there. They started building the new block in 1958 so that now the hospital can sleep 800 patients. It started its life as an ordinary general hospital, but after the completion of the new part in 1963, yes, it took 5 years, it became the teaching hospital that it is famous for today. Every year, 100 new medics are registered with us. You've probably seen some of them coming round, and we have one of the highest success rates amongst teaching hospitals. We also have a school of nursing and physiotherapy. They're in the low building behind the radiography department. Henton Hospital has also recently become famous for its successes in open-heart surgery, with Mr. Peter Gerard as our leading surgeon in this field. We've had our share of famous visitors too. In 1985, Queen Elizabeth visited the children of Henton Hospital, and at Christmas last year, the Prime Minister had lunch with the patients. And one of our best friends is comedian Johnny Brown, whose family live in this area. and who has tirelessly raised thousands of pounds for hospital equipment, including the new body scanner bought last month. Thank you very much, Johnny. Don't forget his next visit, which is on Saturday evening in the community centre. And lastly, let's mention Radio Henton itself, which started in 1972, broadcasting just 2 hours a day. Now we're on the air from 6 in the morning to 6 at night. Well, that's all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed the programme. Now back to Mike for some musical entertainment.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.